We introduced you to a few concepts relating to the where clause and talked about some comparison operators and things like that in the last tutorial. And in this lesson, we're just going to show some more examples on how to actually execute some queries that use the where clause. The first thing we're going to do is clean your query window if it's not already. And let's return all rows and all columns from the humanresources.vEmployee view. So to do that, we're going to type select, use the star or asterisk to indicate we're returning all columns from humanresources.vEmployee. And let's execute that query. All right, so we have 290 rows returned. Now let's find all rows where the first name is equal to Chris. All right, so to do that, we're going to create a new line and type where. What's the column name that we're going to be filtering on? And that's first name. And we want to find all rows where the first name equals Chris, so we're going to use the equals comparison operator. And for string or text values, we always use the single quote or the apostrophe. So we're going to say where first name equals, open up one of those single quotes and type Chris. Close that single quote, and let's execute the code. And what we have returned are the 3 rows in the humanresources.vEmployee table where the first name column is equal to Chris. Now, it's worth noting that most databases, unless they are installed with the explicit option to become case sensitive, most databases are case insensitive. So if I were to do this, type Chris in all caps, the same data would be returned. Again, that goes for most databases. You can easily check this on yours just to make sure that the database is case insensitive, but it's just something worth noting. What if we wanted to find all rows in the humanresources.vEmployee view where the first name was not equal to Chris? Well, we just change our comparison operator here. So instead of being equal to Chris, we're going to make it not equal. And again, the not equal symbol or the not equal operator is the less than symbol followed by the greater than symbol. So let's execute that by pressing F5. And there's the other 287 rows, and you'll notice if you go through these on your own computer, none of them have the first name of Chris. The next example that we want to look at is how to filter out rows of data that are date values. So let's open up and let's find all rows and all columns in the humanresources.employee table. Not the view, but the table. Okay. And I want you to scroll over a little bit and look at the birth date column here. Okay, so these are obviously dates. How do we filter dates? So for our example, let's say we want to find all employees who were born after January 1st, 1980. Okay, so to do that, we have our select and our from clause already written out. Now let's add the where clause. So where, what column are we going to be filtering on? Well, that's the birth date column. And so what are we going to do for the operator? So if we want to find all employees that are born, we'll say on or after January 1st, 1980, we're going to use the greater than or equal to operator. And how do we write dates? Dates are actually written the same way that you would strings. So we're going to open up a single quote, and we're going to type 1-1-1980. SQL does a pretty good job of interpreting date values. So if I put 1/1/1980, we'd get the same results. Okay, so let's execute this code and see what we get. Now 79 rows returned, and let's take a look at the birth date, and you'll notice all of them are after January 1st, 1980, on or after. What if we wanted to find all employees born before January 1st, 1980? Well, we're just going to switch the comparison operator and make it less than operator instead of the greater than or equal to operator. So we just change that and press F5, and now if we scroll over to the birth date, we'll see that all of these employees have a birth date that is before January 1st, 1980. So that's all I want to talk about in this lesson. In the next lesson, we're going to continue to talk about the where clause, but add a few more features that are going to allow us to make slightly more complex SQL queries.